Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers for April 14 to 18, 2025. See Carly Corinthos Spencer, Laura Wright, attacking Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, snapping, and Sidwell, Carlo Rota, recruiting somebody. As we always do on early edition day, we start with what's coming the rest of this week to set up those spoilers for next week. With that in mind, Wednesday, April 9th, we have got Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Grahn, head absolutely spinning. At the end of Tuesday's episode, Ava Jerome, Maura West, showed up in her office, and of course, Alexis just wanted her to go away, but she did not. Instead, on Wednesday, she is going to completely shock the lawyer. Ava is going to tell Alexis Christina Corinthos Davis, Kate Mansi, tried to kill me, and I can prove it. Ava is going to show Alexis the footage of Christina from the garage. Now, it doesn't show her up under the car cutting the brake lines, but it shows her with something in her hand and at the car, and it doesn't look very good at all. At the same time this is going on, Christina is with her dad, Sonny, and she's making a confession and begging him. I'd wonder if she is going to come clean and tell him that she nearly killed Rick and Elizabeth Weber, Rebecca Herbst, and begs him for help. She doesn't want Molly Lansing Davis, Kristen Vaganos, to know, so she doesn't want Alexis to know, which is why she's over there talking to her dad. Sidwell is recruiting. He's trying to hire somebody. It might be Jordan Ashford, Tanisha Harper. She has a job as deputy mayor, but she has been playing this long con with him. Jordan talks to Isaiah Gannon, Sawandi Wilson, and informs him that Sidwell is asking to see her. And of course, Isaiah is a little worried that Jordan's getting in over her head, but she reminds him she used to be a cop. Curtis Ashford, Donald Turner, gives Laura Spencer, Jenny Francis, an advanced warning. Curtis has some bad news. Maybe it's about this Kai, Jens Austin Estrup, thing, we'll see. Could always be Drew Kane Quartermain, Cameron Matheson, related. Cody Bell, Josh Kelly, is pushing on Lulu Spencer, Alexa Havens-Bruning, about something. And she asks Cody, Josh Kelly, if she should tell Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, how she feels. Lois Cerullo, Raina Sofa, says to her daughter, Brooke Lynn Quartermain, BLQ, Amanda Seton, that it sounds like she wants to come clean to Dante, which she is really struggling with this, and of course, Lois doesn't want this can of worms open for lots of reasons. Thursday, April 10th, Vaughn, Bryce Durfee, who is Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, WSB handler, has a briefing for her. Looks like she might be getting her first mission, and I wonder who that will be, somebody in town. Sounds like Natalia Rogers Ramirez, Eva LaRue, and Sonny have a very tense talk, and she makes a confession. He demands to know what Natalia's connection is to Sidwell, and I wonder if she's going to tell him the truth, or will she lie to Sonny because she is too scared of Sidwell and his threats to reveal that they were married and had at least one kid. We don't know yet if he's Blazer's, Jacqueline Grace Lopez, dad, but he's definitely her son, Marco's dad. Also, Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watros, tries to give Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen, some advice. We've also got Carly confronting Willow this week and just about slapping her face off. That's going to happen in the Thursday-Friday range. I don't have the exact date. Jordan goes to Laura to reveal the plan. Looks like they're talking about what to do about the Sidwell problem, and Tracy Quartermain, Jane Elliott, has a warning for somebody on Thursday. Then on Friday, April 11th, Sasha Gilmore, Sophia Matson, and Danny Morgan, Asher Antonisen, have a warm moment. They are in this strange dynamic because Sasha and Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, have told Danny that they are faking that he is the father of her baby. So Danny is faking, I guess, that that's going to be his sibling, but I actually think he's going to get excited about the baby because he's being excited to have other partial siblings, you know, Scout Kane, Cosette Abinant, and he's fine with all that. You know, he feels like Rocco Falseroni, Finn Francis Carr, is his brother as well. Jason has to rein in Carly on Friday, so maybe he is stopping her from slapping the stupid out of Willow, although if you were going to try and slap the stupid out of her, it would probably take more than once. That same day, we're going to see Willow a little rattled, and it may be from the confrontation with Carly. It may be that she has finally found out about Mina and Drew, Cameron Matheson, long overdue, hitting the sheets. Kai has news that shocks Trina Robinson, Tabiana Ali, and I wonder if he's decided to pull the trigger and go ahead and get that surgery and let Congressman Cutthroat Kane pay for it. Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, wants answers from Emma. She wants to know about these prior arrests, and Emma, of course, says, "I can't tell you. I had to sign an NDA." But Anna is very concerned that AJ Justine R. Turner, Nazneen contractor, is coming not just for her, but also for Emma, just guilt by association, and she can't protect her granddaughter unless she has all the info. The week of April 14th through the 18th, Alex's reaction to Ava's blackmail is going to determine Christina's future because Rick wants Christina in jail, and if Ava was not in dire financial straits, she would probably already have dialed 911 and given the cops the video. So will Alex's cave? You know, she'll hate to do it, but does she have a lot of choice? I mean, maybe she thinks Christina should pay. Maybe, you know, Diane Miller, Carolyn Hennessy, is going to give Alexis some tough love this week, so we'll see. Jason tries to reason with Carly, who is totally unhinged about Willow and the whole Drew situation, because Michael Corinthos, Chad Duell, is still in bad shape. Jason is balancing a lot since he's pretending to be Sasha's, Sophia Matson, baby daddy to keep Willow from knowing that Mikey cheated. At some point, I feel like Jason is also going to know that Jocelyn is a WSB agent and have to keep that secret too. There's so much going on. Willow is stubbornly insisting she's going to move in with Drew, despite all the red flags. Watch as Trina and Kay's relationship starts to move forward faster very soon, and looks like he may roll the dice on that risky surgery. Jocelyn is excited to get her first official WSB assignment, but she and Jack Brennan, Chris McKenna, are walking this fine line to keep Carly and Jason and others in the dark and still doing their spy business. Obviously, everything will be outed at some point, but we'll see how long it lasts. Ava needs answers about Emma's past to protect her future from Ada Turner, and after Natalia reveals some truth to Sonny, he may take a big step back from her. Brad Cooper, Pari Shen, takes note as Lucas Jones, Van Hansis, and Marco Rios, Adrian Ancondo, begin dating, and of course, Brad is going to try and throw up some roadblocks. And Cody is going to step up for Molly, Kristen Veganos, while she deals with this Rick crisis and finds out her sister Christina, Kate Muncy, is to blame. As the spring air settles over Port Charles, the lives of its residents once again teeter on the edge of chaos with secrets surfacing, alliances shifting, and emotions running dangerously high. Between April 14 and 18, General Hospital sets the stage for another explosive week that promises betrayal, heartbreak, power plays, and revelations that could change everything. Carly Corinthos finds herself pushed to her limit and lashes out with an intensity that even her closest allies don't see coming, while Sonny Corinthos loses the last bit of control he's clung to amid spiraling pressure and conflicting loyalties. Meanwhile, a new player, mysterious and ambitious, enters the scene. Sidwell, a name whispered in high circles, but now making waves that no one in Port Charles can ignore. With an agenda all his own, Sidwell begins recruiting individuals from the shadows, drawing them into a web that could threaten the balance of power across town. Carly has always been a woman who defends her family with fierce loyalty and will go to war for the people she loves, but something about this week pushes her over an emotional cliff. The whispers behind her back, the judgment from people who once called her friend, and the feeling that everything she's built is now under threat drives her into a defensive stance she hasn't taken in years. When she confronts Nina about lingering issues with Willow's recovery and questions about who's really to blame for a string of misfortunes, Carly's words cut deep, and her accusations leave Nina reeling. But Carly doesn't stop there. She corners Drew, demanding answers about his recent conversations with Sonny and his wavering commitment to their future. The tension that's been building between them explodes in a brutal exchange that leaves Drew stunned and Carly questioning who she can truly trust. Her need for control fuels her aggression, but it's her wounded heart that's driving the fury underneath. She can't escape the feeling that the people closest to her are slipping through her fingers, and rather than wait for someone to betray her, she strikes first. But Carly's storm is only part of the larger emotional hurricane brewing across town. Sonny Corinthos, the man whose name still carries weight on both sides of the law, has been trying to keep the peace in his world for weeks now, juggling fragile truces, and tenuous Sonny finally snaps, and when it does, it's like watching a fault line give way to an earthquake. It begins with a business deal that goes sideways, exposing cracks in Sonny's network that he can't afford. He confronts Dex in a private meeting, where whispers of betrayal become shouts, and Sonny's voice echoes with the rage of a man who has been pushed too far. Dex's response only fuels the fire. He doesn't back down, and in doing so ignites something inside Sonny that hasn't been seen since his darkest days. The controlled version of Sonny begins to unravel, and those around him start to question how far he's willing to go to reassert control. Nina tries to intervene, but her presence only sharpens the tension. In a chilling moment, Sonny looks her dead in the eyes and says something that sends shockwaves through their already fractured relationship, a declaration so raw and honest it leaves her shaken to the core. The question isn't just what Sonny will do next, it's who he'll become in the process. And then there's Sidwell, a name most haven't heard, but one that's about to become impossible to ignore. Arriving in Port Charles under the guise of a quiet investor, Sidwell wastes no time infiltrating the city's power structure with calculated precision. He starts small, offering generous donations to General Hospital and establishing connections with the board, but it quickly becomes clear that Sidwell's interests go far beyond philanthropy. His charm and strategic mind make him an instant favorite among some of Port Charles' most influential figures, but those who dig deeper realize there's a dangerous ambition behind his polished exterior. He approaches Brooke Lynn Quartermain, first offering her a deal she knows better than to trust, but finds herself tempted by anyway. He sees potential in her, both as a talent and as a bridge into the Quartermain dynasty. At the same time, he reaches out to Michael Corinthos with an offer that promises freedom from the weight of the Corinthos name, if Michael is willing to take a risk. It's clear that Sidwell isn't just recruiting talent, he's recruiting leverage players who can tip the scales of power in his favor. Every meeting he holds is calculated, every compliment has layers, and every promise comes with strings. As these stories spiral and collide, more characters are drawn into the fray. Trina Robinson continues to struggle with the fallout of Kurtz's injury and her complicated feelings towards Spencer Casadoin. She wants to believe in their future, but recent secrets have shaken her faith, and when Spencer disappears for several hours with no explanation, her trust begins to erode. Spencer insists he's protecting her from something bigger, something dangerous, but the mystery only drives a deeper wedge between them. Meanwhile, Jocelyn finds herself caught in the crossfire of Carly's emotional tailspin and Dex's precarious standing with Sonny. She tries to be the voice of reason, but her own frustrations boil to the surface when she uncovers a piece of information Dex had kept hidden from her, something involving Sidwell that could put them both in danger. Her confrontation with Dex is raw, emotional, and vulnerable as she tries to make sense of where her heart belongs in a world that's spinning out of control. Elsewhere, Elizabeth Weber receives a cryptic message about a patient from her past, someone presumed gone now resurfacing in troubling ways. She confides in Finn, who offers to help, but Elizabeth isn't sure she's ready to open that door again. Her focus has been on her family, her job, her sanity, but the past has a way of finding her no matter how far she runs. Meanwhile, Finn begins to suspect that Sidwell's investments in the hospital aren't as charitable as they appear and starts quietly investigating what strings might be attached. He's not the only one. Anna Devane also takes an interest in Sidwell after overhearing a conversation that raises more questions than answers. With her instincts sharper than ever, she begins tracking his movements, and what she finds sends a chill down her spine. Sidwell is no ordinary businessman. He has ties to people and organizations that should have no business in Port Charles, and as Anna digs deeper, she realizes the danger might be closer than anyone continues to shift as well. Torn between her obligations to her family, her creative passions, and now Sidwell's mysterious offer, she finds herself pulled in multiple directions. Her relationship with Chase is tested once again when she chooses to meet with Sidwell in secret, hoping to gather more information before she decides what to do. But Chase finds out, and the trust between them fractures. She tries to explain that it was just business, but he knows better. He's seen too many people drawn in by promises of power, only to lose themselves in the process. His disappointment is quiet but deep, and for the first time in a long time, Brooklyn wonders if she's in danger of becoming the person she swore she'd never be again. By the time the week ends, the chessboard in Port Charles looks completely different. Carney's aggression has alienated her from some allies and pushed others to question her leadership. Sonny's breakdown leaves those closest to him wondering if he's still the man they can follow. Sidwell's recruitment campaign begins to take shape as he builds a silent coalition in the background, preparing for a move that could shake the foundations of the city. And as the citizens of Port Charles continue to chase love, loyalty, redemption, and revenge, their paths cross in ways no one could have predicted. Shadows deepen, alliances form, and everything is at stake. The coming days promise revelations that will fracture friendships, ignite rivalries, and forever alter the course of life in Port Charles. In this town, secrets never stay buried, and the truth always finds its way to the surface, whether you're ready for it or not. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our YouTube channel for more update news.